Let us study how to balance a chemical equation. Here I written two chemical equations. Now one by one we will complete the balancing work. That means in a chemical equation which all elements are there in the reactant side as well as product side, both should be equal. So we have to check it whether it is equal or not. After that, if you are finding that both the side elements, which all elements are there, both of them are not equal, then we have to balance them. So let us see how to balance the equation. For that, different steps we have to write. Now, first I am starting to solve the equation. So step 1. What is the question here? H2S2O7 plus H2O gives rise to H2SO4. H2S2O7, that is known as disulfuric acid. H2S2O7, that is known as disulfuric acid. Plus H2O means water, H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid. H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Now step by step we have to solve this equation. Now step 1. You need to copy the same equation. Which equation is given in the question? Same equation you have to copy. So we can write here as rewrite the equation. Rewrite the equation. So same question I am copying now. That is H2S2O7 plus H2O gives rise to H2SO4. Same question I copied. That is the step 1. Rewrite the equation. Now step 2. Step 2, heading is there. That is compare the number of atoms. Compare the number of atoms of the elements. Compare the number of atoms. Now here different elements are there. Hydrogen is there, sulfur is there, oxygen is there. Here hydrogen is there, oxygen is there. Here hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen. Now these all elements have how many atoms are there? Now hydrogen, here 2 hydrogen is there, here 2 sulfur is there, here 7 oxygen, here 2 hydrogen, here nothing is there, that means 1 oxygen. Here 2 hydrogen, here nothing is there, below sulfur nothing is there, that means 1. Then oxygen 4. Now we have to compare the number of atoms of the elements at the reactant side. This is the reactant side. Middle arrow mark is there. Left side of the arrow mark, which all elements are there, which all compounds are there, they are known as reactants. This side, one product is there. Sometimes in this case you see, here 2 products are there, sulfur plus water. So 2 products. Here SO2, sulfur dioxide plus H2S, hydrogen sulfide. 2 compounds are there, middle one plus is there. So we can say that here 2 reactants and 2 products. But in this question, 2 reactants and 1 product. This we will solve later. First we will solve this. Now compare the number of atoms of the elements. Then we have to make a column here or table here. In that, first I am writing the heading element, then here reactant side, then product side. Now we have to see that in this equation, reactant side how many elements are there, product side how many elements are there. First we will see. Here first elements below we have to fill up now. Hydrogen, H, sulfur, S, oxygen, O. Now here again we have to see that same way is there. Here again hydrogen is there, I written. Then oxygen is there, I written here. Here hydrogen is there, I written. Sulfur is there. Then oxygen. Every element's name I written here. Now reactant side. That means left side of this arrow mark. Which all elements are there? Their number we have to write. First hydrogen. How many hydrogen is there? Left side of this arrow mark we have to see. Here 2 and 2. 2 plus 2, 4. Hydrogen here 4. This is the product side. How many hydrogen? Only 2 hydrogen. Then sulfur. Next element sulfur. Sulfur here 2. Here nothing is there. So 2 sulfur. Here how many sulfur? Only 1 sulfur. After that oxygen here 7. 7 plus 1. 8. That means the reactant side has 8 oxygen. Product side has only 4 sulfur, 4 oxygen. Now we have to balance which all elements that we have to see. Here 4 but 2, 2, 1, here 8 but here 4. That means all elements, here which all atoms of the elements are there, everything we need to balance. Now we will start with first element. So we have to write now step 3. To balance, one by one we have to do, because here 3 cases, all the 3 are not in balanced condition. So we need to balance everything, but one by one. So first we will balance the number of hydrogen. Again we have to make the table. Here I am writing element, reactant side, here product side. Now first heading here, initially. Second heading, to balance. Similarly here also we will make the column like that. Now we are balancing hydrogen. At present we are balancing only hydrogen. So here now, in this case, reactant side. How many hydrogen? 4 hydrogen. Initially means a starting time. Now we didn't do any calculation. So in the beginning how many hydrogens are there? 4. Then product side how many hydrogen? 2. Now we are balancing. So here 4 is there, 4 as it is we are writing. Here less is there, 2 is there. So we have to make this side 4. So for that we have to multiply 2 with 2. 2 2s are 4. So we can say that now hydrogen's number, reactant side and product side will be now equal. So now we have to write the new equation. New equation. The equation what we written same, first we will copy. H2 S2 O7 plus H2O gives rise to H2 SO4. The same question I copied here. Here no other equations. So this equation I copied here. Afterwards hydrogen's number. This side I didn't do any change. That means the reactant side I didn't touch. But product side, hydrogen's number I increased. That means I multiplied with the 2. So 2 2s are 4. Here already hydrogen 2 is there. So its left side I have to write a 2. So now hydrogen's number became how many? 4. 2 2s are 4. Now again we have to count and see. So one round now. First we people done the balancing of number of hydrogen. So hydrogen here you see now 2 2. That means the 4. Here again 2 2s are 4. Hydrogen balanced. But again we have to compare the number of atoms, because once we changed the number here, the number of sulfur changed, number of oxygen also changed. Because of that, again we have to compare the number of atoms. So we will write now step 4. Compare the number of atoms of the elements. Compare the number of atoms of the elements. Here again we will make the table. Element, reactant side, product side. Which all elements are here now? Hydrogen is there, sulfur is there, oxygen. Same elements are here. Hydrogen, sulfur, oxygen. So first hydrogen is there, second element is sulfur, third element is oxygen. Now how many hydrogen? Hydrogen's number already we balanced now. We'll see now reactant side how many hydrogen? 2, 2 plus 2, 4. Product side how many hydrogen? 4. Now sulfur here 2, here sulfur again 2, 2 sulfur. Here 1, 1 into 2, 2. So both the sides sulfur is 2. After that oxygen will see. Oxygen here 7, 7 plus 1, 8. Here 2 4s are 8. So both the side now oxygen also 8. So when you see here, you will understand that the reactant side as well as product side, equal number of hydrogen, equal number of sulfur, equal number of oxygen. So we can say that this equation is a balanced equation. So last we will write same formula, same equation we will copy. H2 S2 O7 plus H2O gives rise to 2H2 SO4. In bracket you can write balanced equation. So first sum or first equation we have already balanced. Now we need to balance the other equation, that is SO2 plus H2S gives rise to S plus H2O. Same way we will begin. First we need to write, first we are starting the answer now. What should be done? We have to rewrite the same equation in our answer paper. So here now, step 1, rewrite the equation. Rewrite the equation. We have to copy the same question. SO2 plus H2S gives rise to S plus H2O. Now step 2. we have to compare the number of atoms of elements. You have to compare the number of atoms of the elements. For that we have to make the table. Here element, here reactant side, here product side. Here which all elements are there, that we will see. Sulfur is there. First element is sulfur, second element oxygen, third element hydrogen, fourth element sulfur is there. Sulfur already I written. Here again sulfur I written, hydrogen I written, oxygen I written. Three elements are there. Now reactant side, how many sulfur is there? Reactant means before this arrow mark or left side of the arrow mark. Sulfur how many? One sulfur here, one more sulfur. So we can say that here 2 sulfur, product side only 1 sulfur is there. Oxygen here 2 is there. At the same time product side sulfur only 1 is there. Now hydrogen. Hydrogen here 2. Here also 2. So both the side hydrogen's number balanced. But the sulfur is different, even oxygen is different. Here reactant side 2 sulfur, product side 1 sulfur, reactant side 2 oxygen, product side 1 oxygen. Now we have to balance. Step 3. Step 3. To balance, we will move step by step. That means first we will try to balance sulfur, then we will oxygen. Later in case any problem is coming, after balancing these two, then we need to balance again hydrogen. To balance first we are doing to balance the sulfur atom. To balance the sulfur atom first. So for that again we have to make the table. Element, reactant side, here product side. Product side. Here the element, we are taking sulfur element, sulfur. So in bracket I am writing sulfur. Here again sulfur. Reactant side how many sulfur? 2 sulfur. Product side only 1 is there. So we have to make it 2. For that we will multiply with the 2. Now we have to make or we have to write the new equation. This is the old equation. Same equation first I am copying. SO2 plus H2S gives rise to S plus H2O. Here sulfur, it's a reactant side, no need of doing any kind of change. We have to do the correction in the product side. Product side now sulfur became 2. 2 ones are 2. So I am making here 2. Now we have to compare. Step 4. Now again same as this we have to make the table here. Compare, because sulfur number we increased. As a result of it again we have to compare the number of atoms. Compare the number of atoms of elements. Again we have to make the table. Element, reactant side, product side. Here the elements which are same elements, sulfur, oxygen, hydrogen. Same you will see here, sulfur, oxygen, hydrogen. Same I written. Now sulfur we already balanced. So reactant side sulfur 2, product side sulfur 2. Now here we will see oxygen. Oxygen's number we didn't change, only we add here. So oxygen we didn't touch only. So oxygen's number here 2, here 1 is there. Hydrogen's number also we didn't touch. So it remains the same. Now we have to balance the number of oxygen. So step 5. To balance the number of oxygen atoms. To balance the number of oxygen atom. Again we have to make the table. Here element, reactant side, here in this case I directly written balance the sulfur atom. Starting sulfur I written, reactant side how many are there, then directly product side I written. Same way I am writing. Now here 2 steps are given initially. That means the starting time how many elements are there, reactant side how many atoms are there, product side how many. Afterwards balancing time how I done. So here that way I didn't do. So here directly I written. That means element side how many elements are there, which element is there, sulfur element. Then reactant side how many atoms are there, 2 atoms. Then directly I balanced. Either this way we can write or directly you can write this way. So I am following same method now. If you want you can follow this method or directly also you can solve. So I feel means a direct solving will be easy to you. We'll see now. Reactant side. Here then product side. Now we are balancing here to balance the number of oxygen atoms. So in bracket I am writing O. Here the element now oxygen. Now reactant side has how many oxygen? 2 oxygen. Product side how many oxygen? 1 oxygen. So now we have to balance the oxygen's number in the product side. For that we have to multiply 1 with 2. Now again new equation. New equation. Same equation we have to copy. Afterwards which are change one that we have to do. That is SO2 plus H2S gives rise to 2S plus H2O. Same to same I copied now. After that here which correction we need to do. Oxygen's product side now 2 became. Here 1 is there. Now I am making it as 2. Once I put here 2, then the number of hydrogen also increased. Oxygen's number became 2, hydrogen's number then 2 2s are 4 became. So because of that again we have to compare the number of atoms. So for that same question, this equation, new equation I am copying here. If you are continuing means no need of copying. But here space problem, so I am copying it here. That is SO2 plus H2S gives rise to 2S plus 2H2O. O. Now we have to write step 6. Compare the number of atoms of elements. Compare the number of atoms of the elements. We have to make that table. Element, reactant side, here product side. Now here which all elements are there? Everywhere same elements are there. That is sulfur, oxygen, hydrogen. We have to write the number of sulfur now. Here 2 sulfur, oxygen, reactant side first I am writing. 2 sulfur, oxygen 2, hydrogen 2. This side, sulfur 2, hydrogen 4, oxygen 2. So now we have to balance the, here the problem with the hydrogen. So we have to balance the number of step 7 to balance the number of hydrogen. To balance the number of hydrogen atoms. So here 2 but here 4. But the reactant side less is there, product side here more is there. Again we will make the table. Element, titles are same. Reactant side, product side. Here now, element is which one? We are balancing the number of atoms of hydrogen. So hydrogen I written. Reactant side 2 is there, product side 4 is there. So here I am multiplying 2 with the 2. So the hydrogen's number now balanced. Now we will make a new equation. We have to write the new equation now. First we will copy the same equation, that is SO2 plus H2S gives rise to 2S plus 2H2O. Now, here the number of hydrogen we have to increase. Hydrogen's number only we need to increase. Hydrogen reactant side. So 2 was there, 2 more, 2 into 2. So 2 already there, we have to write here 2. Product side, no need of doing anything. Now we will write the, we have to write the step 8. We have to compare the number of atoms. Compare the number of atoms of the elements. We will make the column again, table. Here element. Here reactant side. Here product side. Here again we have to see the elements, sulfur, oxygen, hydrogen. Let us see now. Sulfur here how many? We didn't touch sulfur, so sulfur we touched here, see. Because 2 we added here, because of that number of sulfur more became. S1, 1 plus 2 sulfur. So sulfur became now 3. Here sulfur 2, other place oxygen here 2, in reactant side, product side oxygen 2, then hydrogen here 4, here hydrogen now 4, 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, hydrogen's number equal. Now you see the change. Here oxygen's number and hydrogen's number correct. Only problem with the sulfur. Here 3 is there, here 2 is there. So what we can do, here 2 sulfur is there, there we will add 1 more sulfur. So now we have to write step 9. Step 9, to balance the number of sulfur atoms. We will make the column. Only the sulfur one we have to write. Element, reactant side, here product side. We are balancing the number of sulfur here. So element sulfur I written, reactant side 3 is there, product side 2 is there. Now what we have to do? In this case, if we are multiplying with the tiny number, 2 into 1, 2, 2 2s are 4 coming. But here very simple method is there. Just we have to add 1 with this 2. So both the side now became equal. Now we have to write the new equation. New equation. New equation. Same equation we will copy. Afterwards the change we will do. SO2 plus 2H2S gives rise to 2S plus 2H2O. Same I copied. Now sulfur number. Here how many became? 2 plus 1, 3. Here only 2 is there, but I made now 3. So here I am changing it. 3 sulfur. So now you will find that each and every number will be equal. Here now sulfur 3, here also sulfur became 3. I touched only this place. Remaining all same to same. So no need of doing any correction in other compounds place. Here I changed. That means only sulfur I touched, changed. So sulfur number now instead of 2S now became 3S. Because of that this is a balanced equation. So we can write this is a balanced equation, or in bracket also you can write and give. Because remaining place all we changed. See, same to same. Hydrogen's number 4, here also 4. Then here oxygen's number 2, here also oxygen's number 2. Sulfur here 3, this place we made now 3. So everywhere it is coming now equal. So we can say that this is the balanced equation now. If you want to compare, again you can make such a way column and you can make it again everywhere. Then you will find that equal number of atoms at the reactant side as well as product side. Thank you.